Alright, look, I don't want to make a big deal out of this. In fact, I wasn't going to say anything at all. I just want to clear the air for anybody who thinks I might have been spoiled about the events about plot details in this game. Because for those who don't know, yesterday somebody posted a comment on episode 4 saying that apparently I predicted the final plot twist of the game in this episode, saying, don't scroll down if you don't want spoilers, it will literally spoil the entire game for you. And then at the bottom it said, how did you predict the plot twist for the final plot twist of the game? Now, it was pointed out in a reply to this, not my reply, but in a different reply to this comment, it was accurately pointed out that when I get a notification for a YouTube comment, it initially shows up like this. This is the first thing I see when I get notified that a YouTube comment was posted. It's one big text block, so even if you make a bunch of spaces or to conceal it, I don't see that. I just see it as one big text block, so there was no way for me to avoid it, so I did see that, and I wanted to reply and comment about this, but this comment was deleted since I initially saw it. So in case anybody saw that comment yesterday, I just wanted to say that yes, I did see it. Even though it was deleted, I did manage to see that comment, and I read what it said. I'm not going to show the screenshot or anything because the person deleted the comment, and I want to respect the fact that they don't want it shown. But it was posted, and I just want to clear the air for anybody who's worried that I might have been spoiled. I discussed a lot of things in the last episode of this game, like a lot of things in regards to the plot, so I have no idea which plot detail I discussed is the one that ends up being true. I can take a guess. I can take a very, very strong guess because the main thing I discussed was that Ray could potentially end up betraying me in the future. So I can assume that's what the comment was talking about, but that is nothing more than a guess. I have no way to confirm one way or the other. And at that point, so yes, the thought will be in the back of my head moving forward, but that doesn't really matter for two reasons. One, that's no different than me having the thought in the back of my head normally, even if the comment was never posted in the first place. And two, when you have music as awesome as Joking Motive, it doesn't really matter what, you're still going to be an awesome character. But don't worry, I haven't been spoiled anything yet. I can have my predictions as to what I might have accidentally predicted correctly, but there's nothing beyond that, so don't worry. I haven't been spoiled on any major plot details yet, even though I did see the comment, but as a rule of thumb, please refrain from posting spoilers, because I can't imagine I'm the only one here who hasn't played this game before. I imagine there's probably plenty of people who are watching this who have not played Ace Attorney Investigations 2, and the last thing I would want is for this experience to be spoiled for anybody, so as is the case with all the videos, please refrain from posting spoilers. It really, really sucks when something gets spoiled for you. Now that we've cleared the air on that, let's actually begin the video proper. March 28th, 12:41 p.m. Prison special cell.
Hey, it's pitch black in here! I can't see a thing at all! Aren't you always talking about how the Yalagarasu was able to flap even in the darkest night? Even in the depths of the night, when no other bird dares to take flight? One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yalagarasu! Oh, that was pretty cool. But still, I can't see what I can't see. I'm still just a human.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. That's not creepy at all. Oh yeah, sure, leave me alone in here. Who?
That voice, it can only be. So you still remember me? Don't tell me that the dog is talking to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Is there someone else there? I can't see anything, though.
I mean, it doesn't... I can't tell. Alright, it's not Von Karma. It's the interdimensional being from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, such noisy visitors. From the voices and footsteps, 2 more in the back. but it would be rude not to introduce myself. I am called Sir Serendogen. Mr. Edgeworth and I, we are old acquaintances. This man is a former assassin. The blind assassin, Serendogen. His weapons are sharp knives and a ferocious dog. His appearance is always accompanied by the sound of a bell. It is said that the ringing of this bell in the darkness is the last sound his victims hear. Would you be so kind as to share the reason why you have come, Mr. Edgeworth?
That will not be necessary. You are already well aware of why we're here.
It seems we know each other quite well.
Oh. Okay, this guy's not freaky at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. We suspect your dog of committing the murder. The witness who discovered the body saw him biting it.
There must be some mistake. My boy is obedient. He would never do such a thing. Right, Anubis? Good boy, good boy, good boy.
Anubis may be your guide dog, but you raised him to be a vicious killer. He was one of the weapons you used as an assassin.
To begin with, is the witness of a reliable source?
Well, it's true that Solid is also one of the suspects. And it's difficult to say if we can trust his testimony.
In any case, I think you have the wrong dog. Right, Anubis? Right, boy?
I wonder if he knows who the witness is. I would like to hear your alibi from 8 AM to 10 AM yesterday morning.
During the animal show? I was in my humble cell the entire time. I took up whittling recently. My focus was solely on the wood and chisel in my hands.
The prisoners have free access to chisels here. Normally, that's not allowed.
The warden is a kind soul. She has given me special permissions.
Kind? Ridiculous! Even 5 metal chisels would become deadly weapons in his hands.
I started out by carving these Buddha statues, but I moved on to other shapes after the 674th. Really? That many? All it takes is time, which I have plenty of. Here's what I'm working on now.
I did not know that you played chess.
Do you play as well, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to test your wits in a game sometime. I only started playing since my arrival here, so I am still inexperienced.
What is this piece? It's a 3-headed dog?
Just for the fun of it, I carved this hound piece. Chess is a game of war, pawns, knights, and castles. Each side pushing their forces to the limits to take the life of the enemy's king. However, I found the absence of dogs to be strange. Hounds are an indispensable part of warfare, but it is nothing more than folly. I still play by all the normal rules of chess.
Isn't it difficult for you to find opponents here in prison?
I always play correspondence chess.
Correspondence chess? So you play chess through the mail?
Prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters, although they are subject to inspection. At the moment, I am waiting for my opponent's next move.
Okay, then? So he plays chess with people outside of the prison. That's one hell of a way to send messages. Do you know who was murdered?
It was Horace Knightley, a most unfortunate lad.
Your ears are as sharp as ever.
They are all I can rely on.
As I thought, he has full knowledge of everything that goes on in this prison.
On second thought, he might be fortunate after all.
Fortunate? How so?
He committed a grave crime, but he was able to avoid punishment for it. An assassination attempt on the president. What a bold man.
Assassination attempt?
Hey! Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knightley just...
He may have killed his own superior, but he never attempted to take the president's life. Are they trying to conceal the fact that the assassination was staged by the president?
Whoa, 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 hold your horses. Knightley didn't attack the president.
But Uncle Ray was requested to defend him in court on charges of attempted assassination.
You didn't know either, Uncle Ray. So they're trying to pin the whole thing on Mr. Knightley.
Now I see why the PIC is taking action.
Ah, so that's why they removed you from the case.
That DePest guy was going to indict him on charges of attempted assassination, and in doing
so, they would have twisted the truth. I suspected it was a false charge. I heard about it from one of the guards, about Knightley. He kept us desperately insisting. I didn't assassinate anyone.
But the courts are supposed to bring the truth to light.
I may not be well versed in law, but I can say one thing for certain. Some of the prisoners here were convicted on false charges. Oh, that's the reality of it, Right, Anubis? Right, boy. Leaving the truth in the care of the court can be dangerous. Leaving the truth in the care of the court is dangerous. Huh. There was someone who said the exact same thing before. That investigator from Interpol who doesn't trust prosecutors.
No, fucking... I did not need to be reminded of Shilong Lang. Mister, I don't believe in logic. My name is Shilong Lang and I don't believe in logic. Yeah, thanks for reminding me of this piece of shit. Please, Shilong Lang better not cameo in this game. He needs to not show up. I would unironically rather have Clavi or Gavin make a cameo than Shilong Lang. Because at least with Clavi or Gavin, we can have a good laugh, right? We can laugh like, what's this idiot doing here? But with Shilong Lang, it's like, you actively say that logic is a bad thing, what are you doing? Anyway, I doubt his distrust has cleared up completely.
You feel the same way, don't you, Anubis? The truth of the courts and Mr. Edgeworth's reasoning both can't be trusted, right? Ugh. It is nothing to be upset about. You're not the only one who suspects me. Yesterday, the other prosecutor and that judge came here too. They brought the warden along. How they despise me. Oh! It must have been those two rude people from before! Prosecutor DeBest and Judge Courtney. They thoroughly inspected my room, but left without finding a thing. It seems they were searching for the murder weapon. 'Tis a shame. They searched the other prisoners' cells too, not just mine. Yet they were still unable to find anything. All that hard work was for naught.
Okay then.
Yeah, this is quite a problem. What should we do? Solid system alone won't hold up, and in order to confront him, we'll need evidence. Now, if my guests would be so kind as to leave.
Also, your cell is decorated like a nightmare.
Right, Anubis? Show them the way out. Ah, does this mean what I think it means? Let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth!
We shall meet again, Dojin.
It would be a shame for our long-awaited reunion to end so soon. I'll be waiting.
Well, alright then. Now then, we still need to find that murder weapon.
Mr. Edgeworth!
What? Kay? She went all the way up there, what are you doing? It's fine now, Kay, come down from there. Where's Mr. Shields?
Beats me! He just took off running like Death was after him.
Good grief, that man.
What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We'll continue investigating. First, we should start by solving that one mystery. Knightley's body was found in a workroom inside the prison. However, he was supposed to be in the detention center's holding cell. How did he get to the prison under such tight security? Let's go investigate the holding cell at the detention center.
That was where Mr. Knightley was held, right? But what about Uncle Ray?
Let's just leave him be for now.
I thought we were supposed to be his assistants, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure we'll be fine. Probably, hopefully. The victim's cell in the detention center was this way.
Let's check it out, Mr. Edgeworth.
Alright. Let's go. Who? What happened? Oh, it's the warden. That's the warden, Miss Rowland. She must have come from behind that no entry sign.
So we still won't talk, even after all the trouble you went through to get the evidence transferred from the precinct? That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed. An assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh?
Did you just say assassin?
Oh my.
Pardon me, but were you talking about Sir Endojin just now?
Oh, eavesdropping, were you? You naughty boy.
Did you question him personally, Warden Rowland?
Not just him. I tried to have a heart-to-heart with all the prisoners and suspects. In my home, we're all family here. It's only fair I invite them to my warden's office.
The warden's office?
Oh, have you taken an interest in my room as well? It's just down this hallway, but outsiders are not allowed past this point.
Down the hallway? So around there?
It's such a lovely room. People do so enjoy being invited back there.
So let me guess. Knightley got invited to visit the warden and then was somehow smuggled into the prison from there. Because those doors connect together and you don't have to go through the passageway to get there.
I always show them a splendid view of my precious courtyard. The courtyard of this animal-filled prison. I'd sure love to see it.
Floor plans updated my organizer. Okay.
I'm delighted that you want to see it. However, I cannot invite you. What? You're not a child of our home. If you want to come to my room, you'll have to be convicted first.
That's a rather high hurdle to clear.
Goodness me, look at how long we've been talking. I was just about to feed Allie her lunch.
Allie. Oh, is it gonna be Allie the alligator? Okay, I have been waiting for a full goddamn year to talk about this. Okay, so, for those of you who saw my Justice for All Let's Play, last year, when I played that, it was around the point when I started to get really, really pissed off with the case. Which, to be clear, it didn't take long for me to get pissed off with the case. I'm pretty sure it was by the end of the first episode of Turnabout Big Tough, me to be like, alright, what have I signed myself up for? But, regardless, so that was the episode where we met Leon the Lion, and, like, I think I jokingly, no, so we met Money the Monkey, followed up immediately with Leon the Lion, and at that point, my brain just instinctively, like, without thought, because I wanted to make a joke like, hey, all these animal names are really spot on, let me think of another animal name that's equally spot on. So the first thing to come to my head, without hesitation, was, hey, alligator starts with the same set of letters as the name Allie. What if I make a joke saying, hey, what's next, Allie the alligator? And I got a comment from someone telling me that apparently there is a character named Allie the alligator in a spin-off. And I legitimately could not believe it. Like, seriously? Of all the names in the world, I picked that one by accident. So, I didn't even know that the investigations game existed at that point. But still, I guess we're finally gonna meet Allie the alligator after almost a year of knowing she existed. Okay, Ollie?
She's my favorite little angel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be off to the courtyard. Toodaloo!
Hope we get to meet Allie the alligator in this case. I never got a chance to ask her about Dojin. Well, let's head over to Knightley's cell. It feels like they're setting her up to be the villain. Okay, this is a very fancy detention cell. This looks better than the prison cells. Look at this place. This is like a hotel room. That's a joke, by the way, but still. This is the victim's cell.
When did Mr. Knightley arrive in here again?
It was after the prison's welcoming ceremony on the night of the March 25th. So when and how did he move over to the prison? There might be some evidence left that can answer that.
Alright, let's get cracking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Begin investigation. Head to center holding cell. Okay, what can we look at in here? Okay, well, there's a leather jacket here. Let's check. Can we check the leather jacket? There we go. Okay. I've been inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay, well, the first thing to pop out is actually the floor. Something was wiped up here. Something was definitely wiped up here. Something seems off.
The floor here was clean.
Was it mopped recently? Doesn't seem to be anything in the cell to wipe the floor with. You're right, that doesn't. It seems strange that only the area in front of the bed has been wiped clean. Unless... I noticed there's been a page torn out of the newspaper. Is it possible that this could have been what was used to clean up the floor?
Huh? This newspaper! It's missing a few pages.
They appear to be torn out. Yep, that's what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and connect those two logic pieces together. Why would someone tear out the pages from a newspaper?
Maybe they'd use it to clean the cell instead of a rag.
Clean the cell? Yes, it's quite possible. Yeah, thanks. I figured it out. Thanks. Very, very complicated, I must admit. Okay, so the floor was wiped clean with the torn up newspaper. The floor here is clean. It was probably wiped down with something.
Did somebody spill some grape juice in here?
I don't know exactly what was wiped away, but I can imagine what was used to wipe it. It's very likely it was this torn up newspaper.
Couldn't he have asked one of the guards if he could borrow a cleaning rag?
Perhaps it was something he didn't want the guards to see. Okay, that's good to know. Well, that's the bed checked, so... I mean, I would investigate the toilet, but I doubt there's anything interesting over here, so let's just check the desk. I would have still inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Okay, what books we got to read? We got, The Great Escape in 80 Days, Prison Life for Dummies, The Hound Whistler, the Warden of Cure. It's really pixelated, so it's hard to read, but I think that's what most of those say. Okay, well, as comical as these book names are, I'm more interested in what this definitely not escape sequence is, or like escape plan.
Ah, there's something on the desk.
It seems to be some kind of memo. Let me take a closer look. Okay, so it's a chess. That was gonna be my next chess. Is that it's gonna be like a chess, like an outline of what the chess plan is. But also, this is definitely gonna end up being an allegory for, like, it's gonna be used as a front to conceal an actual escape plan. Is what I'm guessing this is probably gonna be. Oh wait, actually wait, there's an H here. Oh, is this the hound piece that we have? Is this supposed to be connected to any of the evidence that I hold? I'm guessing, yeah, we have the hound piece right here. That's what it is. Okay. Eureka! This chess notation. I've seen it before.
You're still thinking about chess. Focus on the investigation. Focus.
I mean, chess has been a pretty big part of this game so far, so I don't know.
Okay, have a look at this. Are these the chess pieces from Dojin's cell?
The rules of chess are not important here. Look at the possible positions of the chess pieces in this memo and the pieces in Dojin's cell. Do you notice anything?
Ah! I don't know anything about the different chess pieces. But if you flip the board around, the positions of the chess pieces are completely the same.
Yes, although the memo doesn't include the Cerberus chess piece. The positions of the other chess pieces are identical.
Well, what's going on here?
I always play correspondence chess.
This might be hard to believe, but Dojin's chess opponent was...
Ah! Are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley?
With this, we now have the evidence to link Dojin with the victim. Knightley's I just said motto. Knightley's memo jotted down my organizer. Okay. Well, that's good to know. What else do we have? I really don't want to check the toilet. I can't imagine there's anything useful over here. So, instead I'm just gonna look at what exactly is this supposed to be, a sink? Like, what is it even supposed to be? It's a reflection in the mirror.
Ah, it's a security camera. A great thief's arch enemy. I guess they don't take too kindly to thieves here.
Oh, you don't say. There's no reason for a detention center to be kind to thieves. God. I would like you to check the footage of this security camera. If you find any problems, report to me at once.
Understood, sir.
Investigation complete. Okay. I still want to know the mystery of what the hell's going on with that sink. Like, that is the weirdest sink. That's like a mini bathtub on the floor, like a bathtub for mice. And then the sink, or the faucet just stuck to the wall randomly. That's a very bizarre sink. So this is what our investigation turned up. It seems we found a major connection between the victim and Dojin. Also, you're out of toilet paper. You might want to replace that. What happened?
The security camera recorded something terrible.
What? Can you let me see it?
Of course, sir. I have a portable playback device right here.
Then let me see it right away. Doing a funky little dance there, aren't you? Doing a funky little dance there, are you?
This black thing has got to be that doggy, right?
Up until this point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison, but it appears I was mistaken. The place where Knightley was attacked was in the detention center holding cell, but I mean, that doesn't really, like, that still doesn't quite explain how the body got from here to here, but it was in the holding cell. Take that! It was a detention center, and furthermore, he was attacked by Dojin's dog. This is the decisive evidence. Security footage data jotted down in my organizer. If Knightley was killed in this room, then this piece of evidence we found in the cell takes on a new meaning. Which piece of evidence takes on a new meaning from recorded in the holding cell? That would be the that would be the floor that was wiped up, because now that's probably the blood that was wiped up. Take that! For some reason, someone wiped the floor clean. It's possible they were wiping away bloodstains. Thank you for your hard work. While I have your attention, may I ask for one more favor?
What would that be?
There should be a detective by the name of Dick Gumshoe in the detention center of the prison. I would like you to give him Excuse me, a message. Tell him to check this room for traces of blood and give the results to me.
Yeah, sure.
White floor data updated in my organizer. Okay.
Is your corner that all cute?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knightley and the dog moved from here to the prison.
That's true, but once we figure that out, where should we check out next, Mr. Edgeworth?
The guards here might know something about the murder. Let's see if we can learn any new details from them. We still don't really know why Simon was arrested, by the way. March 28th, 2:15 p.m., detention center, hallway.
Alright, let's continue our... Ah!
Oh, for f***'s sake! Had to open my mouth and talk. Had to open my goddamn mouth. Oh, sorry to intrude.
Hello, Shilong Lang. Oh, how I missed you so.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor and the little lady. Fancy meeting you here. This man is Shilong Lang. Oh, trust me, I remember.
About 2 weeks ago, he was in charge of investigating one of my cases. I would have thought he'd returned to his native country of Zingfei by now. Yeah, I'd have thought he would have gotten the hell out of here by now. Agent Lang, what brings you here?
Just some boring work, nothing you need to know about.
Ha! On top of a black dog, we meet a black wolf! Huh? You came alone today, Agent Lang? Usually, he'd have a huge police force with him.
Mr. Prosecutor, seems you've been busy these past few days.
These past few days? Is he referring to the incident with the Zingfei president? I would have thought you'd be involved in his security too.
Ha! Our president doesn't even trust his own country's police force. Look at the results of hiring a private security company. It's laughable.
Agent Lang doesn't trust prosecutors or the courts. That's why. He brings along a large force of capable policemen to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. Yes, if you and your subordinates had been there, the results might have been different. They might have been even worse.
My subordinates?
They're no longer with me. Ha! They finally got sick of your shit and left you? They're not with you?
Funny. Looks like I'm a real lone wolf now.
Good! That's good! Agent Lang, just what happened exactly?
Didn't I tell you? It's nothing you need to know about. I don't really care. Whatever happens, I just don't give a shit. Well, be seeing me, prosecutor. Oh, please don't be seeing me. Okay, bye! Bye! See you later! Alright, great. That was nice, short, sweet, to the point. Never have to see you again. Hopefully.
Yes, it troubles me too, but there's nothing we can do about it for now. Okay, let us continue with our investigation. Got it! First, let's ask those guards a few questions.
Okay, what do you have to say?
You there, have you seen a black dog around here?
Of course not. If I had actually seen it, I wouldn't be standing around here so carefree.
Did something happen with that doggy? Okay, let's not press this matter any further. So Dojin's dog didn't come by the detention center.
Alright, and what does the other one have to say?
This is a difficult case.
What's wrong? Is something troubling you?
Sure, one of my uniforms has gone missing, but I'm certain I placed it in this locker. Maybe the uniform grew legs and walked off somewhere.
What kind of logic is that?
In any case, I wish you the best in your search. I'll be rooting for you. Yes, thank you for your support.
Stolen uniform data jotted down on my organizer. Okay, so that might explain how you got from one place to the other then. Gumshoe? Yeah, even better! Yeah! Mr. Shields, where did you go? Where indeed? I've been searching for you guys this whole time. Walking all around the prison is hard work, you know.
That's strange, seeing as you came from the opposite direction.
I've got some new information. You want to hear it?
Do you? You sure changed the subject quickly.
I heard a little something from the guards. It seems Knightley caused a bit of an incident 2 days ago. An incident? You know how Simon said he came to visit Knightley, right? After the visit, when Knightley returned to his cell. Naturally, a guard escorted Knightley back to his cell. While the guards were unlocking his handcuffs, all of a sudden, Knightley struck the guard and knocked him out. How are we only just now learning of this? It seems he was going to attempt a jailbreak. By the time the other guards arrived, the key to his cell had disappeared. But there's been no reports of Knightley's jailbreak attempt 2 days ago. Exactly, it's strange, isn't it? Right up until his death, he was still in the cell. What's more, Knightley claimed he never stole the key in the first place. In fact, they searched his cell and the key was nowhere to be found. Did the guards who were struck him have anything to say? No one knows. He was taken to the hospital while he was still unconscious. He's still there now, it seems.
So, in the end, we still don't know what happened. Okay, well, that's interesting. Gumshoe? That voice. Oh, yeah. It's the best and Justice Courtney.
What are you still doing hanging around here?
Well, you see, this is my assistant.
Are you here to object our investigation and make me into a laughingstock?
Sebastian, I believe obstruct is the word you're looking for. In a way, I think his expression was a point. A pleasure meeting you again, Judge Courtney. I am Iron Man. Well, no, that's Roger Ratings from Spirit of Justice. I know, you are Simon Key's defense attorney, are you not? Well then, let's skip the formalities and celebrate our happy reunion with a hug. Justice Courtney did not like that.
Or maybe not.
Incidentally, I heard you mention an assistant a moment ago.
Yeah, we're assistants at the Edgeworth law offices.
Prosecutors are civil servants to open as side businesses to portray the goddess of law. As long as profit is not our objective, there shouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah, that's it. Miles here is a volunteer worker. The purpose of my office isn't to make money. We're pro bono. What a wonderful heart you have, defending others without demanding payment. I do have an amazing charitable heart. More importantly, I'd like you to explain your reasoning for arresting Simon Keyes. Finally! There's no need to.
Is that a challenge against me?
Ew, I was speaking with Judge Courtney.
I guess it can't be helped. If you want to take on the best, you will fall like the rest.
You just started. You're a rookie. I haven't said anything yet. But this is convenient that I will hear you out. What were your reasons for arresting Mr. Keyes? I see no need to inform you. Sebastian, let us...
Just watch, Justine. Watch as I run around in circles against this useless prosecutor.
I think you mean run circles around me.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Prepare yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, who was he, Biff Tannen from Back to the Future? He consistently states metaphors incorrectly.
So, you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there.
Could you be any more vague about that? Even a little bit. Traces of that guy over there. Could you try a little harder? Just a smidge. Just a little smidgy-widgy. Try a little harder. How am I supposed to go about pressing that? I'm gonna start by pressing the statement where he said, traces of that guy over there.
How's that? Got nothing to say.
I'm stunned to silence. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Speechless in my presence.
This guy sure talks a lot. So, you're the one who arrested Mr. Keyes, I take it? Mr. DeBest, do you have the right to do such a thing?
Well, obviously, it was the police who carried out the arrest. But, since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest?
As I expected. It'd be difficult to deal with both of them at the same time. However, her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking? She's probably thinking, you idiot, why would you say that dumb thing? Okay, so you wanna know my reasons? Yeah, and your reason is we found traces of that guy over there. Please be, like, even just a little bit more vague about that. I'd love to see you try. That guy over there. That's certainly vague.
Well, don't they say the best hears one thing and understands 10?
Why? You're just being lazy. Explain it more clearly. Sebastian, if it's alright with you, would you please explain it to them in more detail? I'm sure that everyone wants to hear what you have to say.
Alright, if you insist, Justine. We discovered that. Perhaps you didn't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with him. From it, we found that by the suspect guys, I mean Simon Keyes' fingerprint.
Yeah, yes, because he was delivering the chessboard to him. Yeah, that's it. That's your whole proof. Is that Simon who was delivering the chessboard had fingerprints in the thing he was delivering? Really? That's your ironclad proof. That's your smoking gun. Please amend your testimony. Are you all right with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes. Wow, oh boy, this is, yikes. This guy is, very full of himself, and for all the wrong reasons.
I just passed the chessboard, okay.
Objection! Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve?
Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace up my sleeve? Yes, the methods I use are always the best. The ace is my trump card.
Well then, allow me to show you that it is not, in fact, a trump card at all. Simon Keyes was the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. So it's only natural some of his prints will be left on it.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, did you, the best?
That took way too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash?
Rash?
To begin with, this incident occurred in the detention center and the prison. To suspect Simon just because he isn't a prisoner or a guard is a little unreasonable.
Ah!
What? What's with him all of a sudden?
I finally get what you're trying to say.
Oh, finally, you only just now got it. Rash, you mean we were too quick to How in the world did you become a prosecutor? How the hell did you become a prosecutor? You were stuck on that?
Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him, and I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not a Rash. Sure, Simon Keyes isn't a guard or a prisoner, but...
Sebastian, shut up. Please, shut the fuck up. Judge Courtney. Yeah, Judge Courtney got sick of hearing about domestic shits. Like, just stop talking. You're making us sound so much worse.
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that.
Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first?
The best part?
Why don't you tell them about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon?
Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning.
Will this reasoning explain why you are arrested, Mr. Keyes?
I'm sure it will meet your expectations.
Judge Courtney just changed the flow of the conversation. Just what is she planning? She's probably got sick of hearing the best just dig himself into a hole that he knew he couldn't escape from. He's like, maybe just stop talking about this.
It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items, so that's why I've reasoned with that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was hidden inside the chessboard.
Inside the chessboard?
Since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon?
At least it's clearer than his last testimony.
It's the best reasoning you can get from Prosecutor the Best. How do you like that?
Now he's mixing up the best with his own name.
But could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner? Yeah, you'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard.
Inside the chessboard? Is there some place to hide a weapon? Well, it would have to be inside, so let's open it up and see what we can find. As I thought, there were only chess pieces inside.
Wow, what an annoying laugh!
Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a bit further. Does the panel come out? Maybe. Let's check. Aha! The top panel is removable.
It's quite deep.
Yes, there's more than enough room to hide a small knife.
Understand now? This is how the culprit smuggled in the... Huh? What's with the I wasn't even finished.
Mr. DeBest, there is something you have forgotten. There's a gate at the entrance of the detention center.
Well, there is, but...
He means the security gates with the metal detectors, Sebastian. We had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison, remember?
Aha! Yeah, that's it. I remember now.
It looks like he completely forgot. It would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning. That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that? This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. Chessboard data updated in my organizer. Okay. And security gate data jotted in my organizer. There's a lot of information we have to work with here this time.
Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist.
You're welcome. Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, your cross-examination, if you please. Cross-examination? It's as if we were in the courtroom. Very well, his reasoning. Let's see how long it will hold up under pressure.
Well, this should be easy. We know that the dog was the one that killed him, so we just have to press the part where he says the thing about how the weapon was hidden inside the chessboard. If we press that, we should be able to get the truth out of it. It was hidden inside that chessboard. No.
No weapon was found at the crime scene, not even inside the chessboard. So, where did the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that.
Well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison.
What? Buddy, how bad is your memory? You literally searched the prison top to bottom. Remember this? Remember the prison investigation? And then you didn't find anything.
Is there a problem with the statement of just made?
Yes! How your memory, I swear to God.
The murder weapon is hidden inside the prison? I don't think so. It's clear from this piece of evidence. What shows that the murder weapon can't be inside the prison?
This, nope, wrong direction. This prison investigation right here.
Take that! Have you completely forgotten your own actions? You, along with Warden Roland, conducted a search of the prison. But you did not find the murder weapon, right?
We must have overlooked something. This guy just completely contradicted himself.
You carried out such a sloppy investigation. I'm amazed that you call yourself the best.
Are you mocking me?
Yes. Oh dear God.
Sebastian, please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace.
I'm fine, Justine. Did you really think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles behind him?
Oh dear God.
I wish he'd stop messing around with other people's names.
Oh, in that case, Cape Verde is far ahead. Funny joke.
Kay, don't you get caught up in this too.
Yes, if my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility.
Oh, what does that be?
The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison.
How is your memory this bad? We just established like 60 seconds ago that there's a gate you have to get. How was your memory this bad? How was your memory this bad? There was no way the culprit could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence shows why.
Take that!
Have you completely forgotten your own testimony?
That's twice you insulted me.
Oh, it seems you remember what I said earlier. But you do well to remember further than that.
What is this? This guy, he really doesn't remember anything.
It seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with metal detectors.
That's what you... Looks like he remembers now.
Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through those gates, and so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either.
So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to?
Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison.
But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison.
The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object.
We saw the very moment when Mr. Knightley was attacked, after all.
If you can say that much, then perhaps you can enlighten us. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case? From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon of this case becomes obvious.
The security footage shows it right here.
Take that!
Here is footage from a security camera. It shows one of the cells in the detention center. See it with your own eyes.
What? This can't be.
This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say? Indeed, this is vital evidence. Horace Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. After that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. A witness claims to have seen the dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of course, a dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there is someone who could have. That's enough. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Judge Courtney. It's true this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is something else you must prove. Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you? It's just as she says. There is still a huge flaw in my reasoning. If that black dog is the prisoner's pet, how was it able to move between the detention center and prison?
Ah! What will we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
I still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other.
I mean, he could have gone through the office.
I knew it. What? You're one to talk? You don't know either.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything because his memory's pathetic. If you do not solve this mystery, I'm afraid that I cannot accept your logic. If this was a real courtroom, I would call for recess now. What? Wait! I'm not finished yet! Court has been adjourned. Leave at once. This isn't a courtroom. Well then, as I said, court is adjourned. I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keys? Whatever do you mean? Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keys entered the detention center and prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keys entered the prison. Haha, you want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige. What? Does she really have evidence? It's about time I told you. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is she thinking? It seems you don't even know Simon Keys' real occupation. He is a circus performer. He's a what? A circus performer? Yes. Have you ever heard of the bear?
No wonder I didn't trust him, because he came from the worst circus on planet Earth. See, never trust somebody from Very Big Circus. That's rule number 1 in life. No wonder I didn't trust that sack of shit.
Circus? Ah! I knew it. I had a feeling in my gut. I knew there was something fishy about him.
And that fishy thing is that he works for the freaking Very Big Circus. Simon Keys. Why? Why you gotta do this to me? What did I ever do to deserve this? I thought we were done with the Very Big Circus.
It seems you realize. On the day of the incident, an animal show was being performed at the prison. And the show was put on by the Very Big Circus.
So then, do you mean Simon
Keys entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show. That we know for a fact. Oh, this woman. She's been concealing this fact the whole time. She didn't plan to reveal it after hearing my reasoning. Come to think of it.
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that.
Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? Mr. DeBest was going to say it then, but she stopped him.
How do you like that, worthless prosecutor?
You didn't do anything.
Well then, now it really is time for recess.
I'll end with some advice. I had already doubted your abilities as a prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You'd best not forget that. What are you trying to say? The PIC can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'll advise you not to show your face before me again. Is that a threat? The goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you can get away with everything. And one more thing, I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act. That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case that I am involved in so easily. For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with their client is vital. It is very different from the way of the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation. Oh! Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you.
Well, you know what? Respect. Not for Sebastian. Sebastian's still a little shit. But for Justice Courtney, respect. I can respect that move. That was actually very cleverly laid trap. DeBest is useless. He's a sack of shit. But Justice Courtney, mad props, mad respect for her.
Did Simon lie to us?
It seems he lied to Uncle Ray too. This complicates matters. Why'd he do that? Hey, Miles, don't tell me you've got cold feet already. Courtney Pye is quite a handful, but giving up is still uncool. A defense attorney's creed is to never give up. Remember? You're my assistant. Of course, I don't plan on giving up either. It's just... my theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. It looks like we'll have to investigate once more.
Okay, that was a lot. That was a lengthy middle section. But also, this case is super interesting. I'm really invested in this case. There's so much to digest here. I can't wait to see how this all ends up. Okay, that'll be everyone. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Ace Investigations 2. Goodbye!